And let me tell you, another thing that happened there was it made me realize that I live in a false reality. You know, but what do I know? I'm just a big baby, and I'm back. And I'm back. And I'm back. I had to do it to get it right because it was too much. It was too much of a lag in between the two drops. But I'm back. Welcome back. It's been 2 weeks since I've been back here by myself, so I decided to come back and talk to y'all. But yeah, man, I think my reality is a false reality because while I was working with these young people, and some of the conversations that we had, it was great, man, because you had. So my group was sophomores through college kids, sophomores in high school through college kids. And all of the advisors in my group were around about 28, maybe 27. No. 26 to about 32, right? So we're still young adults. We're adults, but we're young adults. And we're trying to figure out adulthood. But with those conversations, a lot of what was being taught to those young people were things that we were experiencing and things that like could be taught to us. So it was super weird because it's almost like us as instructors could have had our own classes or guided discussions without without the young people that we were leading that day. And we could have got a lot of learning done. And we had a therapist there. And I'm gonna get her on the pod. I mean, we've talked about it, and I've just, you know me, just hadn't done the conversation yet. And we talked about, and some certain topics came up. And one of the things that was talked about was the way black men have been taught to act and the way that black men act and why we feel the way that we feel. And I go, I think I'm a black man. I see black. I see man. Not gonna check him beneath the tank to make sure, but it's there. And I'm like, how can you tell me the black male experience when I live it? And then I put out my thoughts. I'm like, yeah, man, all of this cool, tough guy, non-vulnerable stuff, that doesn't fly in any of my friend groups. Maybe at a point it did when we were younger and less mature. But I don't have a person that I call friend that I can't be vulnerable with, that I haven't been vulnerable with, who hasn't been vulnerable with me. So I don't know if I live in a alternate universe. I don't know. But I know that the black men in my life, and there are a lot of them, a lot of black men, pause, if you needed that, who are in my life, and there's a lot of vulnerability when it's necessary. So this idea that black men can't be vulnerable with each other, to me, that's a farce. I can't even listen to somebody talk about that because I, I don't know that to be reality. Last night, me and my woman, we cried. We cried together. Yeah, me and my partners. Yeah, we've cried together. Yeah, we've done it in church, in public. That's happened before. Hell, that was before I could buy a beer. Over 10 years ago. Yeah. So this idea that I think we've gone too far with how we are telling black men that they've been told what they were supposed to be. Yeah, man, we just been telling black men they have to be hard, they can't have emotions. No, no, no. I think we've been taught emotional maturity. I think we've been taught to, not live and die off of emotion, not to live and die off of your feelings, but to control your feelings in environments where your feelings are not welcomed. But I don't know a man it, who can't go talk to their mama about problems that they have, who can't go cry to their mama. There are very few people who I know that are like against going to therapy, you know. So when I think about this, and I think, are we perpetuating, are we pushing these stereotypes that we think exist because of our lack of experience in the field? Maybe it's my lack of experience. Or are we assuming that these stereotypes are the norm because they're the stereotypes? Um, Reading this book, Critical Race Theory, and it talks about the strength of stereotypes. And when you create a new one, it doesn't erase the old one because the old one has standing power. It's been there forever. So that's the lasting narrative. So maybe the paradigm has shifted with black men and their sensitivity because I listen to rap music and I hear emotions. I hear feelings. I hear a lot of introspection. You know what I mean? And these are some of the loudest voices in our community. And it doesn't matter the generation. 444 Jay-Z, that was very introspective. Future, he gets in his introspective bag when he needs to. You know? Young boy. RIP XXX Tentacion. There are rappers who really get into their feelings. And not that they get into their feelings. Like I was listening to Nardo Wick this morning, and I go, he's saying a lot of gangster stuff, but he also saying some real interest. Yeah, he's in touch with his feelings. He's in touch with his emotions. I think as a society, we are selling black men short by saying that society has told us that we can't be emotional because we can be, and we are. I think the problem is black women are telling us that we can't be emotional. And that's the problem. But what do I know? I'm just a big baby, and I'm back.
Holla at you, baby! Holla at you, baby!